All right, so that job is done. Tanya is building her ego right now. So, interesting situation. Without going into, we're not going to show, we filmed his entire encounter with us because he was very aggressive at first. But we won't show much of it because for privacy purposes. We did find out it's a ex-husband situation. He's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to go there to grab his stuff and that's it, be gone. And when we got there, he was very upset that we were taking his stuff along with some other substances that we can't discuss. So when he started getting aggressive and hostile, Tanya called the local PD. So contacted the client who moved up north and didn't realize that all this was going to happen. And she was not happy on the phone, but understandably. We got the job done. Yeah. Cops are like, do you want us to wait until you grab all this stuff? And I was like, yes. So they stuck around, make sure he didn't do anything stupid, which he was trying to. And we got rid of the couple of pieces that we originally went there for. Got the house cleaned out. Now we are headed to the larger job. We are going to be picking up a dresser with a mirror and a small chest/armoire, and we're gonna do a quick wrap on it and deliver it to a house about 15 minutes south of it, to a first story. And we're doing that for about $100. And we're gonna drop that off, go back, and then remove the remaining items, which the moving company may still be there by the time we get there, so we may have to work around them a little bit. But we are expecting 3/4 to a full load on that job, unless I got rid of a lot more than I'm thinking, but we'll see. So either way, we have quite a bit going on today.
I will say, just because we dealt with squatters, and I'm sure it's a thing that comes up with a couple of people, and in this case he wasn't an actual squatter, but from the signs of food and things that he left behind, that's the first thing we thought. Because it was only like 1 to 2 items, it was quick enough for us to do where we didn't feel like we needed to involve the police because no one was there. But for you guys, if you do see a situation where someone called to clean out a house and let's say that house had been vacant for a while, and you do notice that there's bedding around, food like junk food, open bottles, any like drug paraphernalia, things like that, and it's a bad situation where there's a lot, it is recommended to call the police in case the squatters do come back and they are dangerous or they have anything on them that could be harmful to you. So my personal recommendation would be normally to call the police to complete the job. Typically they will stay with you. Otherwise, we did it in the beginning because it was like 3 items. So definitely not fun situation, but hopefully you guys don't run into that too much.
Dresser 1, we just went ahead and seal off so these don't open while removing them. And then we just boot the bottom because I'm gonna take it out on the hand truck. So we don't have to worry about scratching it. It's gonna stand up in the truck the whole time. So just doing something like this is enough to keep it protected. And then we'll strap it to the wall when we get that chest piece out where Tanya's standing. All right, we're all loaded up. This is the mirror. These things aren't coming off. This thing's like 25 years old and it's like jammed in there and I don't want to break it. So we're just gonna take it as is. We got it sitting on 2 pads. This P-pad keeping the ratchet strap from digging into it. Should be good to go. We went ahead and pad wrapped with just one blanket. We got the front of this and mainly the side because I had it sitting on the dolly. And then we got the bottom on that wrapped for the hand truck, so that way it can stand up in the truck without getting scratched when I grab it with the hand truck. The bottom half will be covered with the cover of the hand truck, and then the padding will help cover the bottom from getting scratched up. So we're going to our first story house and we can just wheel everything right back inside. Easy peasy. And that's it. So Tanya hand is cramping from carrying a mirror. You gotta work on her grip strength.
It's a heavy mirror.
It was an awkward mirror, but you'll get the hang of it. All right, so we got the garage pretty much cleared out. I just gotta grab that shelf there, and then there's a Christmas tree in the attic. Ended up being a much smaller load than we thought. Okay, job is complete. We didn't really record anything because both the husband and the wife were kind of following us around the whole time, not with like malintent, just following us around, making sure we grab what they want us to grab. Tanya learned something moving wise. She went out backwards with the hand truck, and the reason you don't want to go out backwards with the hand truck when you have a drop off from like a door opening is because there's a drop. And in moving, you don't want to do that because you don't want whatever you have on the hand truck to just come clashing down to the ground and cause any damage, or if you have glass, it would break the glass. Even in junk removal though, you don't want that clash because on a hand truck you have a metal lip. Even if you have it taped off, you have a metal lip impact. So when you hit the ground, your metal lip is going to follow, and because it's on an incline like this, it's likely going to smack the tip of the entryway, and that can usually cause some kind of cracking or chipping. So if you have a tile or like a brick or a stone, that can cause damage, and depending on how pissy the person may be, that could be kind of expensive to fix. So
Yes.
she luckily did it on a pre-existing crack, and I even told the lady too, I said, hey, I'll do my best, but sometimes this will get worse as we continually go over it with a hand truck, which we don't have too many options. So no one said anything, but it happens. So something to be mindful of is you have to think about the property damage at all times. It's junk removal. No one cares about the junk, but you gotta be mindful of what's around you. So now we are headed to our networking group. We should get there right on time. It's been an interesting day and didn't quite make as much money as we were projecting, but we still made money.
What was the total?
375, 125, that's 500, 630 was the total.
Not too shabby. We started around like 1.
Yeah, we started at 1, it's 5:30 now, and there was probably a half hour to 45 minutes waiting around for the cops to come to that first thing. So a lot of downtime. So we didn't record anything from the networking group because we literally got there when it started, and then we talked and then we left. So it was a CPA who I plan on having on the YouTube channel probably within the next month or two to talk about tax related stuff for junk removal specifically. And then if you guys want to reach out to him in the future, you can. Right now I'm joined here with the lovely wife who was very supportive today in handling a difficult situation, and she did very good. Now we are going through the trailer because we didn't have time to stop by the donator's house earlier, and I need this trailer empty for tomorrow because we're going to be doing a delivery for my brother who has a carpet cleaning business, and I need it to be cleaned out for that. So we will be going by the dump early morning, but there's a lot of stuff kind of scattered throughout it that is worth donating and or keeping, and we're kind of going through that right now. So the shelves we're actually going to keep for our storage unit to put like totes and stuff on, and then there's some tools and some small items and things like that that we're going to hang on to, some good quality totes. There's a lot of metal I can put off to the side for our neighborhood scrapper to grab, and then that will probably be it. Now I don't know about you guys, we were kind of talking about this at Matt and JoJo's from the expo about utilizing the city trash pickup at the curb. We do it a lot because you pay for it in your taxes and we pay for it in our HOA on top of that. So I always use my trash privileges and throw away a decent amount, and they always take it. So we're gonna get them Christmas gifts at the end of this year because they do a lot for us. But if our neighbors don't grab it, the trash guys do. And we have a neighborhood scrapper, so we're able to get rid of a lot of stuff when donation isn't always a convenience. So we're gonna get through the trailer. I'll show you guys some of the stuff we set up aside, and then that'll be it for tonight. Oh, just a little inside scoop. This is what we do when we bring stuff back to the house to sort through. Yes, we actually sort through stuff sometimes, but this is gonna be all trash. It's just old Christmas trees. The totes are falling apart. We're sorting through metal for our scrapper. That's what's all in here. So both of these we set aside for metal. We fill up the trash cans with little trash. We're already halfway through the trailer. We're keeping the shelf system. This is a tote we're keeping, and this is the kind of stuff I like to hang on to. Use this for when you have stuff protruding out the back of a truck more than a few feet. You tie it around to signal to people that something's sticking out, because you could get pulled over for that. So now we're going through like this, for example. This is a nice monitor. If there's no scratches on it, we'll see if we can sell it for a few bucks. Worst case, we'll donate it if it doesn't sell very quickly. Or if its screen's all scratched up, then we'll give it to the scrap guy and he'll take it apart. But this is kind of just like the stuff
I
that...
wanted that, yeah.
Okay, Tanya wants to keep this for some reason. If it doesn't break first. And we just found this like sign thing that you use outside of a storefront, so we can find
That's
the...
like lug nuts. I gotta figure out what they go on. Like the bottom, probably.
maybe. So if we can sell it for a few bucks, then we will. Otherwise, we'll scrap it. But yeah, we'll just go through stuff. I don't go through like every bag, every box, but it's just going through like some of the basics and kind of cleaning it out. So that's what we do. CDs, trash. Quick little update. We are down to the basically 1/8 of a truck, and the speed pack's pretty much done. Just got some golf clubs in it, but we have a buyer that we can connect with. This is all recyclables right here. Our 2 trash cans are full. We're gonna have to get a 3rd one out. I just found this. I love finding, I don't know what it is. I like knives. I don't know. I don't like collect them like hardcore, but I always hang on to them when I find them. So like, this is one of my containers, and these are just like little pocket knives and stuff. But be a nice knife to hang on to. Even has a little leather pouch to go into it. So we're gonna hang on to that. So far, we're doing pretty good at not keeping too much. All of that is for the donation lady. She comes by and just picks it up from our house. So far, it's just this stuff here, which is mainly just totes and then a couple of things at the bottom. So we're doing pretty good at not keeping too much because that is something that we do. So, and then we become hoarders ourselves. Basically, I'm gonna leave the larger furniture in here. I'm not gonna try to throw that out here. We try to stick to like the little stuff, but at least this way, like it'll be like a $10 minimum to drop off this stuff tomorrow versus like 20 or 30 bucks. So is the extra 15, 20 bucks really worth sitting here going through all this stuff late at night? Probably not time wise, but if I feel like if everything you do, you're just always looking at like, oh, well, how much can I make on jobs? Like, I'm not gonna go do a job right now. It's 10 o'clock at night, but I can sit here and save 20 bucks by sorting through some stuff, finding some stuff I can use, finding some stuff to sell, donating probably almost a quarter of a truck worth of stuff, and recycling another 2 or 3 cubic yards worth of it. I think that's worth the 20-ish bucks I'm saving. Plus I'm saving 20 bucks. So we're kind of wrapping up here, and then that'll probably be it for tonight.